Hello, so I'm Sébastien. I wanted to talk about Elm from the CTO perspective and to talk about our journey at Nomalab, our not finished journey with Elm for 1 year and a half now, and what we have done. So it's a way to share our experience and to. I wish for people I've discussed yesterday and today, give some baggage to convince their own CTO, or if you are CTO, then follow the path. So, for starting, what is Nomalab? I have to talk about what we are doing. I'm not selling anything to anyone here. Just to give you some context, Nomalab is Nomalab is a service for producers, distributors, broadcasters of audiovisual works. We are doing archiving, masterization, delivery, 100% in the browser, using the cloud technology. We are 10 now, and we are almost located in Paris with some remote guys, and outside near in the south of France. What we are doing, because when we are doing stuff in video, it's always good to show video and images. Producer and people who are making professional video, who are making movies, who are making series, at one time they have finished all the works on a video, and they have to give the video to the people who are distributing it. They sometimes have problems at this point. This is a real-life problem. A producer gave a video to a broadcaster, and the broadcaster see inside this video these little things here. And it's not so cool when you know the money involved to create a video and the money involved to distribute it. So our work is to make sure that videos that comes to your eyes doesn't show this. It's a big challenge, and the challenge is, this is producers, this is people who are making videos, and you can see that there is a lot of different people. Sometimes they are at home, sometimes they are on big post-production facilities, so they're making some pro stuff, some less pro stuff, but at one time it has to go to distributors and broadcasters. So you have Netflix, everyone knows. We're just starting, so we're starting with our own country, and this is a broadcaster of France. And broadcaster of France, their problem is that they don't want to break their channel diffusion, because they have a lot of complexity in just sending images to people, and sometimes a bad file produced here can break here. But sometimes it's less problematic. Just the subtitles are not good. Sometimes the audio is a little desynchronizing. There is a lot of problems. But like I said, there is a lot of money involved in this. So people want the best quality possible. So that's the job of Nomalab, to do that. We are dealing with not big data, but big files. It's completely different, but it's another challenge, because the video we get from the producer are master, so they are full depth, full quality video. it goes from 500 megabytes to 500 gigabytes. Because now you have the 8K the definition, and when we talk about virtual reality, and you have seen the 10 or almost, I don't know, the number of cameras, you can multiply this number. So it's really a big challenge. And what we are doing is handling these files. So we are taking from the producer, we are analyzing it, we transcode it, we doing some correction on each frame. We are assuring that audio and video are synchronized, etc., etc., etc. This is the app today. I will just show you how the app is running. So it's without net demo, net like in a circus. But this is the app today. This is a demo, and what we have here is all the files that the producer have sent to the broadcaster, and the broadcaster are waiting for them. They can say, no, this is not good. This is not good. The video. This is a bad file, and they can also play the video here. You will see this is test video. You can scrub frame by frame. It's very difficult to do this. It's 100% web. It's very difficult to do this, but broadcasters are very, very waiting for this player, because when they want to put an advertisement inside a movie, because they does it, because they have to earn money, they don't want stop the movie just in the middle of the action scene, of the main action scene, or just one frame after seconds that has been just before Leonardo fall back in the deep water. So they want to be at the frame when this changing, not after, not before. And it's very complex to do this in web. It's a detail, but I will go back after. So you can see here, there is a lot of complexity, there is a lot of analyze. We can upload files, we can upload big files. We are dealing with restoring the connection, restoring the upload when we were, if the connection fails. And we are dealing with all this stuff to play big video inside a browser. And you can also see, I will, designer Maxime is here, my designer, and he has a work to do it responsibly with for mobile and stuff like that, and it works actually great, and people are very waiting for this feature. But okay, you've seen the app. I will go back to the presentation to talk about Elm now. This is the metric of the app today. We have 35K line of code in Elm. They were 0.18 for the version. We have more than 200 modules. And we have made already 3 major refactorings, so and counting. We do refactorings every day, but major refactorings when we change a lot of things. And our client, our server, and our workers are in production for 3 months now. We are already successfully handled many terabytes of files for French broadcasters. And as you see in the GitHub statistic, it's easy. We are also mono repository, so we have one repository for all of it. And we are more than 80% of Elm code. And we have to do some JavaScript at one time, but very, very less. And that's where we pass a lot of time to debug. You can understand. And just for saying that we have a big application running in production and powered by Elm almost fully. And so, how we did up there? Because, like I said, we started 1 year and a half. Sorry, the slide is not showing up. See, and we start with the front-end POC, like I think everyone starts with Elm, but it was the 016 version. And Maxime, who is here, was the initiator. He is a designer, but he's also a developer. And he said, there was something very cool called Elm. We can try it. And February was also the date of the creation of Nomalab. So we are starting fresh with Elm. And it was so cool. We see the gain so immediately that we say, okay, the proof of concept prove it. We can do another proof of concept. And at the end, we have made all this big application in Elm. So it was very, very a wonderful journey for us, because today, and I will talk about it like my CTO counter-side, I'm also developing, but as a CTO, you have to deal with other things. And just to explain to you why we have gone with a so young technology so far, because it was a risk. I don't. You can't forget that. When you are a CTO, you take every day you take a risk. But if you want to do new stuff, always use new technologies, because you don't make the future with the technology of the past. The problem, the challenge, I've talked about it, long-running process on distant machines. So we have a lot of asynchronicity. When I send 100 gigabyte files, I have to wait for 1 hour before having all the file analyzed, and the same time before I can, less than the same time before I can see the filing inside the browser. So we have a lot of asynchronicity in the app. We have this video player, which is frame accurate and works on long movies. And we have no room to fail on saying to the broadcaster which frame he is. And what are the trade-offs? Because as a CTO, as your CTO, the CTO you will have, everything is about compromise. Everything, you never have the heaven. You have to choose some things. So for me, it was the purity versus for people who who want purity. It's we doing stuff that like kill the kitten. So, the trade-off was, it compiles. It's cool, because when it compiles, it works. On this 35 kilo lines of code. Huh? So it's cool. But sometimes, on this 45 kilo line of code, it compiles for seconds. So the dev UX, for people who come from JavaScript, where there is no thing like that, but there is Webpack, there is the other things, okay, the tools that are other. At the beginning, it can be difficult to say, wow, it compiles. Okay, it compiles, okay. And then, at one moment, it say, okay, or it say, no. This is a list, the things you have to fix before it compiles. But actually, it's cool, because you just take the list, fix, up, okay, it compiles, and it runs. At the end, the dev UX, at the beginning, it can be complicated, but at the end, you're so happy that it works, then you forget everything and say, okay, good. And compromise also, so it is type safe. We have immutability. It's very cool. But sometimes you have to prototype things because you are, for example, for the video player, we don't know how to do it. So it's no a secret. I can tell you how we've done it. It's horrible. But to do that, we have to do a lot of different tests. And I prefer prototyping in JavaScript because I go straight to the point. The code is horrible. That's why when I found what we have to do, then we go to the rock solid Elm app. And we say that, okay, this is the path we want to do, go to the Elm app, and the prototype is just stay a prototype and just dies. So it's very cool at the end. But if you try to prototype directly in Elm, it's my feeling, it's a feeling of the team, and now we have a big app. Sometimes it's difficult to go fast and iterate, and actually it does a shitty code at the end. But it's easier to prototype for us directly in JavaScript for things that are very complicated, that are very, rough. But, and we, for doing what we have done, we do use external library. We have no choice. Because we have a lot of side effects. When you upload and when you want to handle the fact that you lost the network, okay, you are in complete side effect side. So we do use external library, and sure, the promise of Elm is here. Elm is good, is okay, and when it blows up, it's in the external library. So it's sure. I can assure you that it's working 100% of the time. But we have to do it, and we do it, and we have made some very bad stuff to do it. But it's okay. It's in production, and we handle clients, so we are happy with it. So to be what's cool with Elm, after this year and a half, we are not afraid of changing things. The app is now big. We consider that big. But we are not afraid of changing it. We are always changing it. We are always releasing in production. And it's very cool. The type safety, it's something you can when you have tasted it, it's like the Blue Met. And the community, really, it's good too, because you are all here, and every time we talk each other, we learn something. So we really like the way it does. So you understand that we are very happy to make things with Elm on the platform right now. And there is some other things, like in my CTO position, I have to take in account. The last developer we onboard, Vivien, it takes 1 day to add a feature in the app. He has never done Elm before. He was just capable in FP programming, and it was very, very interesting that our big app is so clear, so understandable for people just coming in and starting developing and making a feature. This is really, really important. When you consider as a CTO your application, you have to do the scaling of a team. If the scaling of a team is complicated, you have lost something. So you have to scale the team, and this is a great success we have today. for people who are trying to convince their CTO that said, no, too young, Elm, too young, and you will be the only one to understand what you are writing. I think it's very not true because, yes, if people are not used to FP programming, it will be a learning curve that is mandatory. But take about the Blumet, yeah, and then it will get, okay, it's cool. So don't hesitate to say there are big applications that running now with Elm. You can go in and starting developing and starting putting in production. It's a new world, actually. It's a new world. For front-end development, it's a new world because no one has never code with so confidence inside what is writing and on the front end. So it's very, very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very interesting because the onboarding is easy. So when you talk about recruiting, as I said, as long as he has done FP programming, you can recruit a lot of people. You can recruit a lot of people, a lot of different people to do different stuff. Because I don't know if it's your case, but I just want to have a poll right now. Who is consider him a front-end developer here? Yeah. Who is consider him as a back-end developer here? Yeah. Who is considered as a full-stack developer here? Okay, almost as... Oh, yeah. That's why I said. It's cool. Because already now, when I started my career, there were people who were doing the crazy stuff on the browser, blah, blah, and there were people who did the stuff on the backend server. Also interesting in the both world, but on the backend server, I don't understand why the people of the backend doesn't want to show the feature materialized in the browser, because if the button or the click doesn't happen, all their work, useless. So it's a shame. And I think today, full stack developer, and that's why I react, and that's why people in my team code. They can have an impact on the product for a feature because they can code on the front end, they can code on the back end, they can code on the workers in the same way they code everywhere. So for me, the borders is just going to explode. And I think Elm is a very good path for back-end developers going to front-end development. And in fine, really be full-stack developers, because this is the way to build product right now. People have to know what is in the front end and what is in the back end, because for me, it's the same part of a web app. So recruiting fully stack developer today and the onboarding of people with Elm is very easy. For me, it's incredibly refreshing. So to wrap up, incredibly reliable. The onboarding and recruiting is a new era. And the message for people who are hesitate, say, go in production, go in production. If you can convince people to just do a small step to the production, they can go back. So just start with nothing, a label. A label with a button, okay. But do it, and I think they will never go back, because the confidence is incredible. And our next challenges is to do more with graphics in the browser. I've seen some crazy demo today, so I'm confident that we can do a lot of things for videos. Right now we are using Canvas, but WebGL and the other technology I follow for years, I'm very interested in. And we have to keep an eye also on the dev UX, because the base code grows, and I want to be sure that dev can always have the same impact as we have today in the future. We have to, I've put that, but it's anecdotic. We have to deal with a multi-language. Just the anecdote is that we want to deal at the beginning and we say, oh, well, let's code in French for now. And we will see when the business will be there, but we are on the verge to do that, so it will be our next Elm purely Elm feature. And that's all. I wish to thank you, everyone here, to be there, because it's a warm welcome from the first Europe Elm conference. I wish thank you, Evan, for the work. And I didn't say, but we already have done involved in a big Scala framework with Maxime when we were at Zenexity, our last company. And the problematic with open sourcing something is you have to maintain. You have to feel the pressure of the community, and you have to stick to your vision, because sometimes the vision is shaking by the feedbacks. So I understand what can be your position today, and I hope that we will make something great with Elm. We will make some great web application with Elm. So thank you all.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
It was very interesting to hear how you guys are using Elm. It would be interesting if you could talk a little bit about what the biggest challenges were of introducing Elm, as far as convincing people or processes or people that are resistant to new things.
For us, it was easy to convince the CTO. First. Second one, we have to convince people that Elm was very interesting compared to Scala and things like that. So it was more convincing, actually, developers to front-end technologies. But we are building the product, so we are deciding our own fate. We are not depending on clients. But if I can make a comparison, when we develop with Play Framework Scala and we go to people who are doing Java and we talk about Scala, I think the more convincing thing is that pointing out problems and say, one problem, usually when I go to people who are problems, I said, this label, you can modify it, please? I'm just waiting. And usually, it takes 10 minutes. So I do. Now, it's really a problem. So if you don't know how to modify your label, in more than 10 seconds, you're lost. And I convince them by just showing that and showing how it can be easy with another technology. And it can solve problem, because if it don't solve problem, people don't buy it. So I think that's the way to do it. It's taking the problems approach and putting back some really simple solutions. There is another one question. Yeah. Allez Thibaut, run.
Thank you. It sounds like your app is going to run into some heavy issues with either performance, or you already mentioned the uploading. So my question is, how often do you run up with a tension of doing something natively in Elm versus just jumping out into JavaScript through support. Could you describe that process?
Yeah.
How much you struggle to try and do it in Elm before you get.
It's very easy. You start writing something in JavaScript because it's easier, because you are thinking about it. You start making something with that, and at one time you have just NaN, undefined things, and you say, oh, fuck, what? And then you code everything in Elm. It's when you are fluent in Elm, it's difficult to not stick with it. My people in the team are just love with it. They want to make Elm everywhere, because it's so simple, so clear. Well, sometimes they said, there is no higher order function, but it's so clear to read it. It's so clear for people to onboarding that at the end, we love it. Voilà.
So just one last one quickly. You talked a lot about your front end, but I'm presuming you've got some rather heavy back end stuff going on as well. What are you using for the back end, and how well does it integrate with Elm?
So it's a difficult question because I know the position on that. We are using Elm on the back end, actually, because we does it very early, and we think that it was really easy to understand. So we do it in the back end, but the warnings are clear. And I just prepared a slide about it. We have to really know what you are doing, because it's not made for that. I know perhaps we are, this is the French way to do things, crazy thing perhaps, I don't know. Like I said, we were involved in Scala and Play Framework, so we know how to do a backend server. We know how to do, I worked with LinkedIn, I worked with Apple, and Play Framework is powering some things by them. So we know how to deal with a big problematic in backend. That's why we are confident doing Elm in the backend. But I don't recommend to people who are not knowing all the in and the out to do it. We are assuming completely the risk. I assume the risk to do it. I don't want, I don't plan to ask everyone, oh, I do this in the backend, can you help me? No, I understand that. I understand that it doesn't want it. And completely, like I said just before, we don't plan to sharing it because I believe in open source, but I don't believe in just splitting some code on GitHub. If you want to do really something in open source and it's some kind of a framework or some kind of handling complex thing, you have to support it, and you have to have someone dedicated to support it. And it's a very high responsibility that we are not for now capable of doing it. So that's why we are doing it. We are feeling that having a mono repo is cool, and all is compiled. And when we are changing something, everything breaks. We fix it. It works everywhere. And all the warning events said are right. We have problem of versioning, but we are not making Facebook, like I said. We are making things for producer. We are making things that does not intend to run 24/24. We can say we can break the production for 1 hour in the weekend, so we can deal with that like this. It's not the kind. It's not it's not people does not it. It's not just the case of many people. So, but my response to your questions. I think it's okay. Yeah. Okay.
One last question. Okay.
So what was your reaction when reactive programming was dropped in Elm?
Actually, Maxime can answer it because, yeah, I'm a team leader, but I prefer that my mates have the mic. And Maxime is a designer and a developer, and it was very interesting for him to put Elm in our hands. So the question was...
so you're talking about from 0.16 to 0.17?
Yeah.
Well, we were at the really early beginning of the so we only had like small proof of concept working at the time, and so we just dropped it and start fresh. And it's actually when we started in 0.17 that we started to develop the server as well.
Okay, one last one. Okay.
Hello. You talk about the compilation, which took several seconds, etc. So, did you have any tips and tricks to deal with it?
It's very interesting because Evan going to answer you, but the same question we have with Scala. We have the same. A lot of people doing Scala, but...
Yeah, so one note is, in the next release I've sped up a bunch of stuff. So in my benchmarks of smaller stuff, I'm seeing like about 2 times as fast for compilation, and that's from a faster parser and from better pattern matching stuff. So some basic optimizations. And I don't know if that's like fresh compile times. I'm curious to learn more about your case. But the plan is also to cache package builds as well. So once you've built that once on your computer, it's built forever.
Cool.
So you'd never have to rebuild that stuff again if you're starting a new project or switching branches or whatever. And so that will cut out a whole chunk of compilation, so that it's just like infinitely faster because you just don't do it anymore. But yeah, so that's one part. That's one trick you can do, is the compiler can just be faster.
Like I said, in Scala we have the same problematics, and like Evan said, Scala advance, the compiler advance, and with big projects come big problems, and problems are fixed by always improving compilers, cache. I think it's a good thing. And at the end, like I said, at the end, it's not a problem. At the end, it's not a problem. At the end, you're so happy that when you are wrote it, it works. Then yeah, you're okay. You're okay. And when people told me, I'm so relaxed when I'm coding Elm, I can watch Netflix. So, it's cool.
Yeah, it's because he's doing video editing, no?
No, it was no.
No, I'm joking.
First, people make it.
Video delivery, no? Okay.
The question was if we watch Tour de France running. I'm not fan of Tour de France, but we had some pretty big election in France recently, and we watch a lot of things. Word.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Sébastien. It was
Thank you
awesome.
for the invitation.